Today is the 10th of July 2023. This is Street Abundance. I would like to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you for your participation in this critical and, may I say, probably the most important decision at this juncture of tax operation. There's a lot have been said that we could not have done. There were a lot of predictions that we overcame. And so here we are today. The results are in. The community has spoken. But I would like, before I go into the options that we were asked to vote on and what it now entails for us to reach our desired hard cap of 1 billion, of which we have already raised 2.5 in the preliminary stage in certifying the coin. You are asked to invite everyone who that is possible to be on this StreamYard. Please state your name, your country, and your questions. We will try and have this done within 30 to 45 minutes. Also, I will be joined by a few panelists as well. I can see the ambassador there already. Let me add him there. Ambassador, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, Chief. Welcome and welcome all. It's good to
Yes,
be here.
thank you very much. And I believe that you can hear
Thank
me
you.
very well, correct?
Yeah, yes, Krista, I can hear you very well.
Okay, good. Because at times, my computer used to act up, and I had to use my microphone. So I will come back to you, our global youth ambassador and our chief of staff.
All right.
Thank you very much. And so I would like to share the screen at this time. I have not done this thing for a long time. And select tab. One moment there. Select tab to share. Windows. Yes. Let's see. What am I? Yeah, I'm supposed to. It seems like they have. It seems like StreamYard has changed how they actually used to allow us for sharing. And so I'm having, I have not done this for a long time, so I will not be able to share that song. I just wanted to share a song there before we continue, but I must go and test it, when I'm doing my own thing. All right. So here we are today, and we are here to announce, and a blessing, I also see you there in the forum. So let me, I think Ambassador also just went off just now. Our Director of Training, how are you doing? Please welcome the Tacian, knowing that this video will go viral when it is finished. Welcome to the global community of Tacian, Director.
Hello, sir. Greetings to the global community of Tacians all over the world. I hope you can hear me, sir.
Yes, very much.
Yes,
Loud and
sir.
clear.
I'm so excited to be part of this great move, and I want to sincerely appreciate you, sir, for the great work you are doing behind the scene. And we thank every Tacian that have been meaningful, specific, that are expanding the base. Thank you once again, sir. I'm glad to be here.
You are welcome. That's our director there. And so, where are we in tax development or the journey to which we have backed upon in 2019, November 4th to be precise? We had our roadmap then, of which we were able to accomplish during treacherous times. I always mention it was the greatest economic tsunami that the world has ever seen, but we were able to conquer those that thought that we could not make it. And so now we are at a juncture where we have created our own mobile app wallets. This is the second blockchain that we're owning. The first one was Bitcoin Fork, proof of stake. And now we have advanced to our blockchain with the proof of authority. We have also elevated to having our own exchange, of which we are now about to put into position or gear to take us to our destination. As a result of that, we are now trying to complete the hard cap of 1 billion. And so the Tacian were given two options. How do we go out the gate on our new exchange? And the price that we will commence on our new exchange. We have two options that were given to the community. Options A, which will start today, July 10th, and will launch November 1st, 2023. Everything will be done offline until the exchange is ready. All accounts will be uploaded before we go live. And so we have several rounds that will happen, starting from $1 to 10,000, and then the coin will go on the exchange at 15,000. Round one begins today and ends July 21st, where participants will be able to get the coin at $1. Round two, July 25th to August 8th at $50. Round three, August 9th to the 23rd at $100. Round four, $500, August 24th to September the 7th. And round five, 1,000, September 8th to September 20th. That is the duration. Round six, $5,000, September 21st to October 5th. And the final round, which is round seven at 10,000, October 5th to the 24th. The exchange pre-sale round complete, October 24th. Coin go on the exchange at 15,000. Exchange launch at November 1st, 2023. Option B, July 10th to September 23rd. Round one, $1, July 10th to the 21st. Round two, 22nd to August 8th at $10. Round three, August 8th to the 30th at $25. Round four, August 31st to September 23rd at 35. Exchange pre-sale complete September 23rd, 2023. Exchange launch 30th of September. Coin launch on the exchange at $50. And that is option B. And so the community was asked to choose the options that they would like to see us go out the gate. Each option, we will have to challenge ourselves and to demonstrate to the world that we are able and we are capable. So those were the options that we were given, and the community were asked to vote. Because as the admin, I cannot artificially inflate the price, but a community working together, solidifying those rounds, can stand the test of time when we go on the exchange, and institutional and governments will be able to examine, and we will be able to provide them with answers. And so I just want to thank you for your participation. As we have done in the past, we are doing it again, where the community is asked and was asked to perform. Let me again bring up, and of course, the results are here. The results are here. And we also want to comment as a panel before we go into the results. And we also want to acknowledge those of you who are there. We have Moses, greeting Chief Abundance. May God reward you for giving us hope again. My name is Moses from Nigeria. Thank you very much, sir. Momentum is high now. Let's sustain it to the end. I also mentioned about the lockup of coins, and I just want to just do it now, say it now. For the options that we're choosing, as I said, there are two options, options A or B, and both of them has its own dimension in terms of how we go out and what will happen to the coin. And so I just want you to understand that. So when I get to that, because when the announcement is made, then we'll be able to concentrate on which coin or which option that we will go out the gate. That's our Dame Adiola there. Hi everyone, is a great moment, and I know that she is hailing from West Africa. Hi leaders, all Tacians, I'm glad to be among you. You're welcome. We have our unnamed ambassador here out of the United States, who is bringing in Jamaica, Montserrat. Greetings is indeed a going uphill moment in TACC. You're welcome. Hi to everyone. Catherine from Louisiana. In unity, we shall conquer all. We want to thank you there, Madam Catherine. A silent one, but a force to reckon with in the background. Martin Sunday, my mentor, we move. We will stand even in fire with you to complete this mission. And Martin from the eastern region of Ghana. We also want to acknowledge Madam Esther Joseph, who have been with us from day one, very consistent indeed. Ambassador?
Yes, Chief.
Yes, please tell us, what is your memories and as to where and how we start to this point, what are the highlights or the challenges that you have seen, and what's your outlook? Because most of the leaders, they will speak to you as well because of your position in this in our global structure, being the chief of staff and the global youth ambassador. Those are two heavyweights for a young man like you to carry. And so give us, yes, your experience and the decision that and the announcement that we're about to make. Give us your feedback.
Okay, greetings all once again. Welcome, Tacians. First of all, I want to start by saying that TACC was bettered in one of the most anxious times in history, and one of the most depressed times in history. I remember vividly, just like yesterday, when we were about to launch, and we are given a worldwide policy of lockdown. People were trying to contain COVID here and there, and that was just the same time we were about to go live. And the decision came that okay, since we want to go live and we are on lockdown, let's just halt this pre-sale pending when the lockdowns will be lifted. Okay, we are all making the decisions, and Chief Abundance said no, let's just get on with it. And lo and behold, it was as if there was no lockdown. And that is why you see sometimes it will be as if there is no way. But if you create a way, the universe will help you create a better way that you will not even expect. Like it's a kind of a magic. It was as if there was no lockdown. All of a sudden, we started traveling to all parts of Nigeria. Here within Nigeria, started traveling, having meetings. Like there was no lockdown. There was lockdown, however, but we started moving as if there was no lockdown. You know, the momentum was high. We came around the entire. We've never met. We just met on that social media app called WhatsApp. That is where we met. That we have never seen each other physically, but we trusted each other and we gave birth to what is now known as TACC. So challenges have always been there, but we have always overcome them. And I've not with what is happening now in the community. I've never seen the kind of momentum I'm seeing now, like when I saw in 2019 or 2020. The actions are now engaged, more engaged. They are now more focused, and they are now truly becoming meaningful specifics. TACC is becoming a gospel to a lot of people right now. Yes, I must say. I mean, you can see what is happening on the platform when somebody comes to the platform and asks a question that doesn't make sense. You will see how the actions will respond to that person. You don't listen to voice note. Some people will even tell you you are lost. Otherwise, why will you be in the community and not pay attention to what is happening in the community? So that alone has made a lot of people pay attention to what is happening, because they are now seeing that emphasis on people pay attention is no longer coming from the admin, but is coming from a fellow member of the community like them. So this has preempted them to actually get involved. And everybody voices is now heard. People are now projecting their views, counter views. And I must say, with what I see here, yes, I did an audio yesterday. I said, and I did some correction. I said we must not look at each other as bad people when we vote for either of the options. Okay, we must refrain from seeing, because this is how they divide us. When you are A, you are seen as an enemy. When you are B, you are seen as an enemy. No, we must have this vibrant mindset that whatever option we arrive at, we must be able to give in all and all. Because, Chief, I remember you said that if our life is soft now, it will be hard in the future.
Yes.
But if our life is hard now, it will be soft in the future. And this is how just life works. So we must not be afraid of either of the options, because we are capable. We are more than enough to do this. Guys, we don't know the kind of power we have. I just want to implore the community of Tacians. If we can sustain what we have now, if we can sustain what we have now, if we can remain united, then we will be surprised that what hasn't happened in the 1,000 years will happen in a blink of an eye. It will happen, and it will be like them that dream.
Yes, I think the youth ambassador stalled there. I believe he has issues now with internet, and
Any
that
of the
is
option
one
that
of
is
the
any of the
yeah. You
yes.
actually
You
are
see my network
stalling
went
now.
off.
Yeah. Your network is going in and out.
Okay.
But yes,
Yes.
it's going in and out. I'm not too sure if it is fully backed, but I just want to highlight a point that you
Okay.
have
But
made
all right.
yesterday. You have made a point yesterday, and you have reiterated the point today that the system that we have supported, it is one of division or divide and rule. And so when you vote for red or you vote for blue, then which one wins? Then you have the natural enemy. And instead of everybody now pull their weight to support, knowing that this is not an individual, but rather a country. I'm talking about our political electoral system. When every election comes, it proves to deeper divide us. And once we are deeper divided, it means that poverty will always be our portion. Even the script says a house that is divided. It also reference to a community that is divided. It also refers to a country that is divided, a continent that is divided. But if we come together as one, I said that the world cannot ignore us. If we understand the power that we have in unity, every country in Africa, we in the Tacian community has given the weapon against poverty. I said every country in Africa, we in the community of Tacian have been given the antidote for every country, that if we understand what we have and where we can go with it, and that is what the elites don't want you to understand. At this point, we do not need no government around the world to create money. I say it unapologetic. We don't need no government to make money. This era has given us a system that if we understand it well, all of us can determine how much money is in my wallet. And once you make up your mind how much you want in your wallet, then you cannot go to sleep and expect it to happen. It is not a scam system either. It is a system that has rules, as you always say, Ambassador, without rulers. But it has rules. It's a very disciplined system, and there are principles that govern the system. But it's a system that allows you to become whatever you want to become. And so, to reiterate your point, option A versus B or B versus A should not be seen as a medium to divide us. What the options are saying, the options are there as a test to test our readiness. The options are there to bring out the best in us at different levels. And so as one chooses an option over another, at the end of the day, both options are pointing to the same end results. It's just that one, we were on a train, and one, we decided to go on an airplane. That's all. But both will take us there nonetheless. So whatever your decision as a community, whether you have voted for B or you have voted for A, the results today is not one to be casting fingers, pointing fingers, or to critique, except your critique is constructive to get us to our destination. That will be encouraged. As I am seeing now, the momentum and the level of organization, because I have looked at the way the votes were coming in. At first, it was a natural phenomena that was taking place. And when I say natural phenomena, everyone was voting her votes without any organization. But it came to a point when leaders now begin to organize to ensure that their position is captured. And so from the votes, you can see a bunch of A's, a bunch of B's. There's nothing wrong in coordinating and organizing. It shows that we have the capacity to get things done. Equally, after the result today, it will even require a greater effort and a greater determination. I put in our forum today, Ambassador, I believe you would have listened to my voice note, that I might be traveling again to another country. They want to look at TACC in a very serious way. And they also want to legislate cryptocurrency in their country. And so they've reached out to me for advice. And they're also very much interested in our one of our Afro-diasporan city to be in their country as well, because they see great potential. And so I will put a team together, a technical team, because they're also even thinking about digitalizing their currency from a central bank level. So these are the opportunities that will come when you move out. As you have just said, is not for us to know how it will end or how it will happen. Can we move out? And the infinite will create the way where there is no way. I've always said that chances favor objects in motion. Chances favor objects in motion. When you are in motion, chances will favor you. Director Blessing, please, before I make the anticipated announcement, please give your input. You're actually muted.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sorry.
That's right.
Yes, sir. From my end, I think this is the way I view TACC. I see TACC as something divine.
Yes.
I see it as something divine. I have a lot of people that are reaching out to me, and sometimes I run to youth ambassador for, clarification. And what I always tell people, in fact, today, I am in my office now. I've not been able to do anything. A lot of call, asking questions, this and that. And I think I've reached out to, was it youth ambassador? Okay, was it yesterday on some issue? But what I want to say is this. You see, I do tell people that nothing good is gotten on the bed of roses.
Yes.
Nothing good is gotten on the bed of roses. There is always a price tag, and we are paying the price in the TACC community. That's why I'm always glad with those who are meaningful specific, and more so those who are waking up now. In the TACC community, this moment is uncommon moment. It was just like as Chief of Staff said, when we began this journey in November year 2019, everyone was so involved. And now everyone, most of those who are sleeping are waking up.
Yes.
So God, I see the divine intervention in most of the things we do. Like as Chief of Staff said, you see, every time that we need to take a major step, it is always a kind of period that if one is to look at it, like as our chief used to tell us, you want to view it with your physical sense and eye, you will say it is not possible. But because target is not something physical, it's something spiritual, we need to view it from the spirit realm. So in conclusion, if I'm to talk about the two options that is before us, whatever option we go for, either A or B, what we have to say is this, is that every one of us has to be involved. We just have to know that we have price to pay. It is not something you go in for, you go and sleep and say, well, when we get to the destination, no. Every one of us need to be involved. Every one of us need to be involved. You have part to play. It's not something one person can do. A tree cannot make a forest. In the TACC community, we need commitment people that know. And this is why sometimes when I see some people asking questions, it takes divine intervention for one not to be, not to speak, or not just to say something with annoyance. Why? Because those people have not taken TACC as their own personal business. If you have taken TACC as your business, you will be involved. You will be abreast with all that is happening in the community. So all I just have to say at this moment is that every one of us should be ready to pay whatever price it demands at this moment. Whatever option we go for, like as Chief has just said, we should just believe that we are in the right place. We are in the right track, but we should all be involved. That's what I have to say, sir.
Thank you very much. And, what we have before us is not ordinary. And when you're talking about the Abundance Diaspora City, which is airport with, state-of-the-art hospital and university, stadium, 5-star hotels, trails and parks, condominiums, skyscrapers, office space, manufacturing, agriculture. It's not an easy thing. It's a very extensive vision. And the reason why we have to do it and to create a zone for ourselves is not only to acquire wealth, but to be able to retain wealth. Because a lot of people acquire wealth, but they have not retained it. You see, it's always a time to harvest, which is our year of abundance. but how do we maintain your abundance? And so, even the way the program that will be geared on the exchange to lock up certain coins, it's all intended for us to preserve that which we would have gathered. And so, gentlemen, the moment that we have been waited for is here. And we will discuss the implication based on our decision and the choice that we would have made, because the decision that we make either come with a level of responsibility. And so we had 2,275 vote that was cast within the time frame where the community was asked to demonstrate their democratic rights based on the options that we were given. And so we have 2,275 voters that voted. We had option B. There were 822 votes that was cast for option B. And we had 1,452 votes that was cast for option A. Then and therefore, option A has been preferred by the community of Tacians. And so now what do we do? Having chosen option A gives us 7 rounds to complete, and should we successfully completed those rounds, the coin will be launched at 15,000 come this November. At every round, it will be a test for the community to demonstrate what they would have voted for. And whether you're A or B, I will reiterate, it is not a moment to divide, but to unite behind of this great mission. It is a road to transformation. It is a roadmap to cancel artificial scarcity and to create abundance. Ambassador, what is your take? The votes are in. The announcement has been released. What are you now anticipating?
In line with what I've been saying, I think and I believe that the momentum is high, and the actions should be ready, including those who voted for B, should be ready to own up. We should test the waters and see what we are capable of doing. When we started this in 2019, we had, and you made mention of it in your audio today, we had the soft cap and we have the hard cap. The soft cap, which was 2.5 million, and the hard cap, which is 1 billion, I believe so. So we must test the waters. We must see what we are capable of doing. we don't know what we are unless we are challenged to challenge ourselves. And I remember I will always say this because this is my story in fact. When I was made and when Chief Abundance wanted to make somebody the global youth ambassador, he reached out to me and he asked me how old I was. And because I was afraid of the responsibility, I have to reduce my age to two. Like I have to shorten my age to two. And I was 28, I think, as of that time. And I think I was 26, so that he would see that I'm a very small boy. He won't give me that big position. And all of a sudden, I was still made the global youth ambassador. And at the time, I reached out to Madam Adiola. I told her, I'm not going to be able to do this alone. Hello, okay. Can you all hear me?
Yeah. Okay, you break out for a couple seconds. Go on.
Hello,
Yeah, we hear you now. You're hearing
are you still
me.
with me?
Yes.
We can hear you. We can hear you.
Yeah, your static small. Yeah, your internet is breaking. No, I think he's now gone now. Yes. Okay. Aloha blessing. Give your final word. Yeah. Take off your mic. Take off your mic. Your mic is on mute. Okay.
Yes,
Go on
sir.
now.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Chief. Thank you. Thank you. I think all I have to say, like as I said earlier, is that every one of us should be ready to be involved. Every one of us should be ready to pay the price it demands. Because the big question before every one of us is this: how many of us are ready to go for this A that has emerged? How many of us? More so even those of us that voted. If all of us that have voted over 1,000 plus, like as Chief has just announced, are well involved in expanding the base, then we're not going to have any issue. But as I used to say, TAG is something that is divine. The infinite that has been guiding us, sustaining us, is still on the throne. And our Chief is a man of faith. Let's emulate him and keep our faith and keep moving in unity. In unity, we can conquer. Thank you, sir.
Yes, you're welcome. All right, so let me just bring in a few comments before we close. Kudos, sir, for your good job. Well done. Thank you very much. Um, Also, we have a Jeffrey Atafu from Ghana, Volta Region, Chief Abundance and Executive Committee. The Lord will reward you for your efforts. Thank you very much. Mr. We Ghanaians are going to break the ground to sow human beings into TACC with the last blood of ours. TACC is more than Bitcoin. All right, so I think those are the comments. Did I jump over anyone? Let me see. Yeah, I think we may have jumped over Nicholas. Thank you very much for your contribution there, Festus. Thank you very much there. Mr. Abundance and all the Tacians in the house. Good to be in the community from Papua New Guinea. Thank you very much, dear leader. Also, we have His Grace and Glory, Chief Abundance. The Lord is your strength. We are solidly behind you. Thank you very much. And I think he made it twice. He's coming there twice. Then we have Dio. Greetings to the global community of Tacians and Chief Executive Abundant. TACC always going uphill out of Nigeria. And I think we have the last one here being good, Dorcas. All right. So again, we want to thank the Tacian for the House of Tacian for making their decision, and of course the results again that were tallied. Yes, a matter of fact is 2,274. So we have option A with 822 votes and no, B with 822 votes, option A with 1,452 votes. So option A has the ayes, as we say, the ayes has it, and it means then that we need to work a little harder. And you have demonstrated that you're not afraid to lose yourself to find somebody else, because that's what option A is the most rigorous, demanding, challenging option. And you have told the world that you are ready. And so you have entered into a different level of operation where TACC is concerned. And so we want to thank the global community for their participation, everyone that took the time to cast their vote. The youth ambassador is gone. He's trying to text me now. I believe his network, yes, his network went down. So we want to thank him for his contribution so far, and all of you that came to watch this the presentation and the announcement. We will now wait on the completion of these rounds, as we also work in the background to connect all the parts, all the moving parts together. So at the end of the day, when the time comes to launch, there will be no hiccups. Thank you very much. Again, our Director of Training. And for those of you who have joined us, TACC continue to go uphill. Good evening.